The way you spend money reveals more than what you like. The way you save reveals more than how disciplined you are. And the way you avoid your bank account reveals more than whether you are organized. Your money habits reveal what safety felt like when you were a child. Because before money became numbers, budgets, salaries, or debt, money was an atmosphere. It was the look on your mother's face when a bill arrived, the silence after someone asked what something cost, the argument behind a closed door, the sudden change in tone when you wanted something, the words, "We can't afford that," or simply, "Don't ask." A child does not understand economics. A child understands tension, and from that tension, the child builds a rule. Wanting causes problems. Having can disappear. Money makes people angry. My needs are too much. Safety depends on being careful. You may not remember deciding any of this, but you may still live according to it. That is why two people can earn the same amount and experience completely different realities. One saves everything and still feels poor. One refuses to look at the account. One spends quickly, as though the money must leave before something takes it away. From the outside, it looks irrational. From the inside, it often makes perfect sense. Psychologists call part of this process financial socialization. It is the way children learn what money means, not only through direct lessons, but through observation. You watched how adults behaved when money entered the room. Did they become secretive, controlling, or ashamed? Did money create freedom or fear? Children absorb these patterns before they can question them. They do not understand economic pressure. They simply decide, this is what life is. And that belief becomes invisible architecture. Maybe you became the holder. You keep money close. You research every purchase. You may have savings, but spending still feels like damage. People might call you responsible, but responsibility feels calm. Fear does not. If paying a normal bill creates a physical contraction, you may be protecting the child who learned that resources could vanish. For the holder, money becomes a wall, but the number is never quite high enough, because the fear was never mathematical. Or maybe you became the releaser. Money enters, and something inside you needs it to move. You buy the meal, the clothes, the course, the small luxury. For a moment, the pressure leaves your chest. Then the feeling fades. This does not always mean you are careless. Sometimes spending is the only form of permission you learned. Maybe pleasure was rare. Maybe attention came through gifts. Maybe adults used shopping to escape stress. For the releaser, the purchase is not really about the object. It is about changing an internal state. But no purchase can permanently resolve an emotion it did not create. Then there is the avoider, the unopened letters, the ignored notifications, the banking app buried in a folder. Avoidance is often mistaken for laziness, but it can be protection. If money conversations once led to shame or helplessness, financial information may still feel like a verdict, so the avoider waits. Not because they do not care, but because caring feels dangerous. And there is another pattern that is harder to recognize: the returner. The person who earns more, receives an opportunity, or finally builds stability, then somehow returns to the old level. A sudden purchase, a loan that is never repaid, a risky decision, a new problem that consumes what was gained. People call this self-sabotage, but the nervous system is not always trying to create the best future. It is often trying to create the most familiar present. Familiarity is easy to predict, and predictability can feel like safety, even when the familiar situation is painful. If your childhood taught you that money comes with conflict, responsibility, envy, or loss, then having more may not feel peaceful. It may feel exposed. More money can mean more choices, more expectations, and more fear of losing it. So your system moves back toward the emotional climate it knows, not because you want to fail, because your body has confused familiarity with home. Research on scarcity shows that financial pressure can consume mental bandwidth. When the mind is occupied by what might run out, attention narrows. The urgent becomes louder than the important. This is why people under financial stress may make decisions that deepen the stress. Not because they lack intelligence, because part of their mental energy is trapped inside the emergency. And when that state continues, vigilance can become an identity. You may no longer say, I am afraid there will not be enough. You say, I am just careful. I am terrible with money. I have no self-control. I am not someone who becomes wealthy. The pattern stops sounding like fear. It starts sounding like you. But a learned pattern is not a personality, and it is not a prophecy. The first step is not forcing yourself to become a different person. It is noticing what happens in your body around money. When you open your banking app, do you hold your breath? When money arrives, do you calculate how it could disappear? When you buy something for yourself, do you feel guilt before pleasure? When an opportunity appears, do you see danger before possibility? These reactions are clues. They reveal the old rule underneath the modern behavior. And once you find the rule, do not attack it. It was created to protect you. Instead, give it new evidence. Open your account and stay present for 10 seconds longer than usual. Look at the number without turning it into a judgment about your worth. Pay one bill before anxiety becomes a crisis. Keep a small amount of unexpected money instead of immediately spending it. Say, I need time to think before lending money. Tell someone you trust what your family taught you about wealth. These actions may look too small to matter, but the nervous system changes through repetition, not speeches. Each small experience says, I can look and I remain safe. I can keep and I remain myself. I can spend and the world does not collapse. I can want and no one disappears. I can have more without betraying where I came from. A budget can help. A spreadsheet can help. Financial knowledge matters. But tools work differently when they are no longer being used by a frightened child hidden inside an adult life. Your money habits are not proof that you are broken. They are evidence. Evidence of what you watched, what you feared, what you were never taught, and what you once had to do to feel safe. The goal is not to become obsessed with money. It is to make money less emotionally powerful, to let it become information, a resource, a tool, not love, not danger, not identity, not proof that you are worthy. Your money habits reveal where your nervous system still expects the past, and healing begins when you stop asking, what is wrong with me? And start asking, what did money once mean to me? Because the answer may explain far more than your spending. It may explain what you learned about wanting, receiving, trusting, keeping, and being allowed to have enough. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to teach the part of you that still expects scarcity, that safety no longer has to feel like fear, because the patterns controlling your life are often hidden in plain sight. And once you see them, you can begin to change them. If you want to uncover more of the hidden patterns shaping your mind and your life, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.